Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Ned over at My Philippine Dreams. Today is April 29th, 2020, the first day of the rest of our lives, and it is day 29 of enhanced community quarantine here on Negros Oriental. In other parts of the Philippines, specifically the NCR, the National Capital Region, sometimes referred to as Manila, it's been going on for even longer. They've had enhanced community quarantine for about 2 weeks longer than we have. And that time spent lonely, isolated, secluded, full of fear, doubts, and concerns is starting to wear on people and starting to make them a little crazy. Not only for the Filipinos that have lived here their entire lives, but also the foreigners who are in residence in the Philippines. And this has been captured in a couple videos, and we're going to be showing those along with some commentary. And also there was another incident recently here with a Japanese citizen down in Zamboanguita where he was arrested for not wearing a mask and giving the police problems down there. Now, basically, we are guests in a foreign country. We are not citizens. We do not have the rights that citizens have. And even if we were citizens, we still have to follow the protocol set down by enhanced community quarantine. We have to have our quarantine passes. We have to have our face masks when we're out in public, when we're outside of our homes. And we have to do all the things that are required by enhanced community quarantine. And when we're confronted by authority figures, not just in relation to the enhanced community quarantine, but in relation to basically anything that's going on in the Philippines, it's best just to go along with it. Don't get into an argument. Don't create a confrontation. Don't make a scene. Just try to go along with it until you get where you're supposed to go, and then you can try to take care of it from there. But at this point, hopefully most of us know this. So without any further ado, let's get into the videos. The first comes from, I believe it is Quezon City. Quezon City is basically the epicenter of this entire problem with this dreaded malady that's sweeping across the globe in the Philippines. And this incident involves, it seems to be an American gentleman by the accent. Either that or it's a Canadian who can really pull it off. And he's not wearing a mask and he doesn't have his quarantine pass and he's confronted by the authorities and he kind of brushes them off. And it doesn't end well. And after reviewing the video a couple times and the way, towards the end, how he was reacting to them, I don't know if this guy had mental health issues or not. I am not a certified clinician, so I cannot make that judgment. But there seems to be something going on there. But enough of me babbling. Let's get into it. Let's let the video speak for itself.
All right, so this is Barangay Batasan in Quezon City. And he's just getting some bread. And he doesn't realize, I guess, that he's posted up on. They're on him deep.
Sir, ano nyo yan? Nambabastos yan eh.
And he's continuing in a running discussion or argument with the authorities.
Yes sir, no. No sir.
And they keep calling him sir and trying to deal with it in a somewhat civil manner. And he's continuing his running argument and trying to slowly escape. Oh, he almost got snatched there. Watch them, they're fast. Oh, that looks like a slightly out of shape ninja right there. He's got his six. And that's a noise you don't want to hear in the Philippines. Oh no, that's not good. That's not good. When you got the authorities on you and you hear that, that's the paddy wagon. Yep. Is paddy wagon racist against Irish? Probably. And he's still trying to use the social distancing defense. No mask, no pass. Doesn't have a pass, doesn't have a mask.
Video mo nga to.
We're just gonna give him a ride.
Did you know, sir, that here in the Philippines, if you have no mask, you may be arrested?
You know that you're breaking the social
No,
distance
sir,
law?
no,
You touched
no.
me.
I don't think that's gonna work.
Breaking the law.
You're breaking the law. You're touching
Maybe he watched too many YouTube videos on probable cause and detainment. The old sold out excuse.
Dapat hindi ka lumabas.
Now he's resisting. Hold on to that bread. Don't let go of the bread.
Sir, we want to Philippine. Follow the rule of the Philippines.
Follow the rule of the Philippines. You know, as I'm doing this video, I'm realizing that at some point it's probably going to be me being caught on video losing my shit over something. And somebody will be making insipid comments.
Because we're breaking the law here in the Philippines. We have the law, sir. You must obey the law.
You're not obeying the law. You're breaking the social distance.
So break the law because if you
I think the Americans should arrest him.
follow our rules.
You said you believe in
He's got the cuffs on.
You don't follow our rules here.
I didn't follow the rules.
No, sir.
You're breaking the
We have more.
Yeah.
No, don't say Jesus Christ.
Now he's. This is where I started to think he was starting. Maybe he's a little off.
We have the law here in the Philippines. You must obey the law here in the Philippines.
So yeah, there's that.
Yes.
Okay. Bagged and tagged, locked and loaded.
Okay, yeah, so that didn't end well for that American gentleman. I don't know what's going to happen to him. I don't know what they're doing at this point. At first, they were fining people, but now they're arresting them. And being in a Philippine jail in the midst of this dreaded malady where everything is in lockdown, and the courts probably aren't in operation, it's probably not the best time to be in a Philippine jail. So, as a fellow American, I wish him the best. I hope it all works out. But again, this is another example of when you're confronted by an authority figure, just go along with it and try to work it out later. Next up is a video, and I think a lot of people have seen this. This comes out of Makati. It's out of a nice subdivision up in Makati. And this gentleman, his housekeeper, she hadn't worn her face mask out into public to go shopping or something. So the police followed her back. And they wanted the homeowner, well, actually the wife is the homeowner, but they wanted the foreigner to pay the 1,000 peso fine for not wearing the mask. He, as he admits in the video, had been doing some drinking. He didn't respond well to that situation. And it basically ended up with him getting bundled, thrown on the ground. And yeah, again, let's let the video speak for itself.
Step of action. Kuya, this is not allowed to do.
Kuya,
come
don't
here.
do that. No,
Yeah,
This
nobody
is
likes to
not
be caught
allowed
on
to do.
video.
Who are you?
let's go, let's
It's
go.
not allowed to do.
Okay, so this is Makati.
It's not allowed to do. Where you live right now,
Fairly
I want
nice
to raise
neighborhood.
that video. Because you are the one who came to my house with not 1 meter protection to actually, instead of doing the right thing.
So this is a
to come
HMO.
here.
It's like a
Yeah,
subdivision.
you can call whoever you want.
And the barangay is supposed to have jurisdiction,
I'm just
so
going to argue with you. I don't want to argue with you, Kuya. What you're doing now is not legal by the government.
and he's not too bad here.
Government, you need bullshit. You're invisible.
I'm only one here.
Yes,
I am
but
designated
get out of
police
here. Why don't you go to Manny Pacquiao house?
I'm doing
They
this
are the
one.
ones.
Tony Montana.
Sorry, we have
Pacquiao.
our rights as citizens. Can
So he
you
must
please
be a
let me
citizen?
Get
I
out
don't
of
know.
here. Sorry. Kuya, I'm respectful, but also I have...
po kayo.
Can you let me? I
Tama na po,
hate
kasi
nonsense, Kuya,
hahaba
because I
pa
have
po eh.
also 80 Filipinos employees fighting for their lives here. You come here to actually focus in this stupidity, Kuya. This is nonsense. Go to Tondo, go to Manila, and look at all you people back.
Sige po.
How many? Can you please get out of here? Get out of here.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's kinda-
I'm a decent citizen. Sorry.
Put his hands on his
I have
wife
to have my
there.
right to complain as a citizen. I
You
am
must
not
have
a
been
criminal,
bagged
but
right
this guy
there.
taking have concern. Kuya, we can go to the barangay now. We can go, Kuya, but this guy filming in my house without permission because I'm having
Con permiso.
and you also are telling me things that are nonsense.
This guy is
Kuya.
Spanish, maybe
Kuya,
Central
you
South
need
American
to
or España
get out of
or
here,
Mexico.
please, and go and take care of the kids. Do it for me. You are really alcoholic. Yes, I'm having a drink in my fucking house. Can we allow you to do that? You don't need to. You can. You should be ashamed of yourself, you too.
All right, now it's starting to ramp up. He's been drinking.
Get out of my house, Mr. Madrona de los cojones. Fuck off,
Madronas de los
both of
cojones.
you. You have no idea how disrespectful you are in this time when the Filipino people are struggling. You can do that money just to raise my votes? What the fuck is wrong with you? Don't you have more brain to actually help in the front line? Fuck off, both of you. Fuck off. And I will remember your name and what's your name, Kuya? And I want that video deleted. Otherwise, I will fuck you. You understand that? Both of you, motherfucker. Film it. Mr. Madrona and the other motherfucker.
And this is the other part of the video where they follow him onto the property and they're going to arrest him.
Trespassing our house. What are you doing? Kuya, what are you doing? He's injured. Kuya, he's injured with his back. It's life threatening, Kuya. Please.
Baby, call please.
Please. Kuya, you're in our house. You're trespassing.
Please.
Help! Help!
Kuya.
Kuya! He's injured and life-threatening, Kuya! Come on! Come on!
I'm arresting him.
Kuya.
Kuya,
arresting you.
you cannot arrest somebody in our house! You have to have a warrant, Kuya!
Get out, Kuya.
You have to have a warrant!
Relax.
You have to
Relax.
have a warrant, Kuya!
Relax.
No, please, Kuya!
I'm arresting you. You're not. I'm arresting you.
Kuya! Kuya! Go inside! Go inside, baby! Go inside! Kuya! Give me a warrant to arrest my husband! But don't come in our house!
In my presence.
Don't come in our house, Kuya!
No.
We will follow you, motherfucker.
Go in your... Kuya!
Okay, it's another situation of not getting into a confrontation. It's only 1,000 peso fine, so maybe it's better to pay the $18 and just let it ride and let it go than to get bundled by some fatigue-wearing soldier and carted off to God knows where. Now, what's interesting is on this one, the Filipino reaction has been about 50-50 in Facebook comments. You see about half the people in support of the police and what they did, and you see the other half saying the police overstepped their bounds, they didn't have a warrant, they shouldn't have done it, they shouldn't have dealt with it that way. And finally, there's the incident of this Japanese gentleman that I mentioned, and this is that. I don't have a video, all I got is a meme that was on Facebook, so here it is.
All right, so basically, it's a Japanese national arrested in Zamboanguita, which is south of Dawin. I actually used to live right on the border of Zamboanguita for violating the quarantine. Kenji Iimura, 67, was arrested by Zamboanguita police for allegedly not wearing a face mask and riding his motorcycle without a quarantine pass. According to Zamboanguita police, he allegedly argued with officers and even questioned the enhanced community quarantine guidelines. So he was arrested, he was taken into custody, and there's that. It's more fun in the Philippines. And again, I don't want to make light of this, and I might sound like I'm making light of it. Comedy is based on tragedy, but everybody's freaking out. Not only the citizens and residents and foreign nationals that are in the Philippines, but also all the frontline responders, the police, the medical personnel. Everybody's stressed, everybody's freaking out. It's just a bad situation for all involved. And this is why we got to try to not engage in confrontations and escalate these things until they go insane. Yeah.
So once again, everybody, when you're in the Philippines, try to blend in, try to keep a low profile. Don't start a YouTube channel in the midst of martial law being declared. And remember that we're guests in the country, to try to behave yourself, to try to respond to situations with as much calm and decorum as you can. Because as you saw in the videos, the results can be rather telling if you don't do that. All right, the dogs are barking in the background. I forgot where I was in the video because the dogs are barking and I had to go chase them. But anyways, again, we're guests in the country. Don't get in confrontations with authority figures. Until next time, puppies, rainbows, and unicorns for all. Be well. Bye. And if you're noticing some lip sync issues in this video, yeah, I'm noticing the same thing. I don't know what's going on. Try to figure it out tomorrow. Bahala nasi Batman. Hey, if you consider our work to be of any value, consider supporting us on Patreon. If you're a Patreon, you get a free copy of my ebook, and we do monthly Google Hangouts. So consider doing that, if you would please.